So now I have a question.
Okay.
So every time we've given them what they asked for. They asked for us to give them the proposal to buy the property, and then they wanted a potential, what did you call it?
A purchase and sale agreement?
Yeah, a lender.
They wanted a credit approval authorization.
Authorization. And then they wanted the tenancy, what we would do with the building.
Right.
And I also sent them over my 64-page project proposal for True Blessings that has everything in there. And so now I'm probably going to call them when I get done with you. But now what if they come back, and then forgot that they asked us, did we just want to buy just the commercial building?
Right. Now they're starting to maybe think from your proposals that the other two properties that they essentially grouped these properties together and asked for a certain price, which you've agreed.
And we've agreed to everything they wanted.
And now they're going, well, maybe we just sell the commercial building. And so we have to get to know as soon as possible. Remember that phrase, and it's get to know, K-N-O-W.
K-N-O-W.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get to know what the property's about. And also, let's get to the N-O. If there's going to be a no in this transaction,
get to it right away.
Let's get to it and get off of this if this is not going to be a
transaction. Get to know and get to know. Quick.
Exactly.
Fast. In a hurry.
Know about your project, what it is.
And know if you want it or not.
Know and be able to say no. And if there's going to be a no in the transaction from the seller, if this is not going to work for them, let's get to it as fast as possible and move on so that we're effectively using our time in something that's going to benefit you.
So my question was, how many times are we going to go back and forth before we do this round table thing?
As long as you see value in how it's being established, how it's evolving. Because as long as we're learning from the seller of what they want, then we'll continue negotiations.
Okay.
And I know you asked me the other day, we had a telephone call, and you asked me, you said, what was your question there? You said to me, you were frustrated that the agent didn't call you because they were supposed to do something. They were supposed to put a counter back or something like that.
Right. So I was a little frustrated because every time I call the agent, she has this new information. But I never get a phone call, and you said, well, good, get used to that.
It's you following up. They're not necessarily, that should be something as a salesperson that they call you and say, here's what we need.
Right.
And they're
not
ball.
Doing that.
No.
Why is that?
It is something that better agents, let me say it this way. 90% of the agents out there only do 10% of the business. And 10% of the agents out there, they do 90% of all sales.
Okay.
So when we look at that, the cream rises to the top. The people that get back to people and they're professional and they expand their list of potential buyers and sellers, they rise to the top. They generate more sales. They get word of mouth because people like what they're doing.
Okay.
And I started this in here saying that I think that the agent involved in this did a very professional job at the section that she's used to doing.
Right. So now the deal looks like it's going through. Some skills are lacking.
And maybe the understanding of how to sell this transaction to their sellers, maybe some of that is she doesn't know how to answer the questions of the seller.
So we
can help with that. Yep, we need to teach her. And with what you have is, in me, we have experience. And if we need other experience, we know how to get that because of the network. Everybody needs a team. You need an escrow officer. You're going to need a lawyer. You're going to need... Sure. It doesn't have to be a bad thing.
No. I'm just saying, right? Escrow, lawyer. Yeah, okay.
Your general practitioner doctor doesn't do any dental work on you, right?
No.
Okay, so we specialize.
Different areas.
So we're going to have these areas that when you have something come up, you might have a piece of property that you need a land division done. Okay? That lawyer might be doing your legal descriptions or the sale of the property is going to be handled at escrow offices. And these things you will benefit from paying these people because they will do things that you don't do because the hat that you're wearing is property owner.
Yes.
Okay. Not lawyer, not escrow agent, not all of those things. So we can bring to bear what is needed in order to accomplish a transaction if that transaction looks good for you.
Okay.
Okay. And you, with gaining just the experience that you've had, understand that why isn't she getting back? And that means you might have to be the force that initiates contact.
And I have been.
Yeah, it is. I know that.
Yeah, I'm going to call her as soon as we get done. I have been the person that's like, hey, and it's like this, okay, so I haven't talked to you in 5 days. I could have been got you this information, what's going on. So, and it's okay and it's fine because maybe she's trying to wrap her head around what's happening as well. And so
I have a friend of mine that we bought a property previously, and just the fact that getting a mortgage when our new buyers come in, getting that mortgage, why was it taking the buyers so long to get that mortgage? Okay.
Okay.
And to me, it was like, okay, it's been 30 to 45 days. That's a rough estimate of a normal timing. But why does it take 2 weeks to get an appraiser out here? What is happening with these different, aspects of it? So you come to understand that if a person has a pile of papers on their desk and you're just a file, then it might take you a little bit longer to get that done, rather than you're the person that gives them multiple files on their desk and that they have continued business. It's just, the way the world works. Yeah. And so, so having people that that is in the mortgage business or has escrow transactions and things like that you can solve a problem because it gets done faster because you're on top of it, will help you accelerate in the real estate business. The matter of making money in real estate is only a matter of volume. That's it. This transaction is $1 million worth of property. Yeah. So we have $1 million worth of property, and that's one transaction. Now you can buy multiples like this, and you can just turn up the volume if you want more income, or turn it down if you want, less income, or if stress or any of those things, maybe your life changes. You want to do something different. Right. But this will always be a piece of it. I want to tell you this too. Right now, the economy in our area, the houses and the values and just the competition to buy, it is a real seller's market, right? Here you have a seller that's waited through all of this time period in order to get rid of the property. Yeah. And even that deal is sitting on the market for 12 years when our economy and the buyers are out there in force. It just tells you that
they don't know what they're doing.
Every marketplace has opportunities in it, and that every seller has different needs or problems that need to be solved within that transaction, whether it's a vacant piece of land or whatever. And I want you to remember this, because if you are going through this process, you might feel like at sometimes it takes a long time, and because some transactions will go through where you go visit the seller and they sign a quick claim deed on the spot. The house is yours. Oh, okay.
Well, you got to double check that stuff.
Boom. Right. And some of them might take a long time in processing if it's a commercial development or building something else out. But it's all about the effort putting into it, and will it pay off?
Because I was thinking, I don't mind it taking whatever time it needs to take. But if you have the information available, then allow that process to take place as well.
Absolutely.